DJ Sonic.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today video should be a good one. Should be. See how it goes. So I'm going to depending on time and how everything works out, I should have this motor put back together in this video and possibly first start. So gaskets is out for delivery, so I should have those in about a couple hours. So in the meantime, I can get this all prepped to put the motor together. So the plan is I'm going to take the front head off, lower intake manifold and the plenum. I'm going to take that off, and then we're going to take the rear valve cover off, replace that gasket. I got to wipe down the top part of the rear headers and the crossover pipe, and then a couple more things I want to wipe down in the back there. And then I already retorqued the head. Did that already. That's why I got to do the wipe down the rear header, because I bolted that on and didn't wipe it down. So yeah, got to do that, and then clean off the lower intake manifold. I didn't clean that. I did clean everything else. And then once I get that done, then I wait for the gaskets to come in. We'll copper spray the new head gasket and then put that on. Put the head on. Put the rockers back on. Put the valve cover back on. Put the lower intake manifold back on. Then we'll put, the alternator bracket on an alternator. And then put the plenum back on and injectors, plug everything up, and then we'll put the novi kit on. You'll see step by step the process of putting the novi kit back on. And then once we get that back on, slap the belt back on and add fluids, and then we should be able to fire it up. Now, the way I'm gonna put oil in now, since everything is already apart, I'm just gonna pour the oil right in the valley. Already got the new oil filter on. The pan's already been drained. So we just gonna pour the oil right in the valley. One and done, make it real quick. And then probably after that, I may take the thermostat housing off. And then once I got everything bolted down, I might just pour coolant in the lower intake manifold so the block gets full of coolant. And that'll help with air pockets, actually. It'll make the bleeding process a lot faster if you do it that way. So, yeah, do that. Which really doesn't matter because I always gravity fill it anyway. But whatever. Either way, we'll get the coolant and oil in and get this car bed together. So, let me go ahead and get this all buttoned up. I'm gonna try something different with a camera. I hope it works. But if it works, might be able to, y'all know the word I'm about to say, fladangle, the view to be like right here. Yeah, I might be able to pull that off. Time lapse. I figured out my phone actually does time lapse, so it'd be a good quality So let me try it out. Hopefully it works. If not, then it'll just be, I'll get some stuff done and I'll come back and explain. So let me get this together. All right, I just made like 50 attempts trying to mount the camera so you guys can see. And it's just, I need better equipment. So this is gonna have to be maybe one thing if I had somebody to actually hold the camera while I was doing the stuff, but it's just a one-man army type deal. So I'm gonna have to put stuff together, stop, and then explain and just walk you through the process. That's about as best I can do. So I'll do the best I can. So let me get to work. All right, so I want to give you a little in-depth. I just added oil to my block. So if you notice, my balance shaft is gone. And the reason why you don't, well, a lot of people won't remove the balance shaft is because this hole right here has to be tapped. You see how in that hole, there's a tap in there. Well, if that tap's not there, you won't have any oil pressure. And that's why a lot of people, I mean, I do it too, leave the balance shaft on. But this block was built, so when it was at the machine shop, it was tapped. So that is why, I'm trying to see if I can get that's the best I can get it, y'all, but it's tapped. Obviously, because it's got oil pressure. And then the lines you see there is just grooves to help guide the oil to where they need to go to. And we put holes to help with keeping the cam lobes oiled up. This little upgrade we did. Don't worry, that's fine. Don't worry, it looks like it's not, but it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish where I left off and put the valve cover gasket on and put the valve cover on, and then I'll be back when I get the gaskets. All right, so I got the new valve cover gasket on. I got the rockers retorqued. All that stuff back there is good to go. Valve cover is nice and shiny and glistening again. All right, we got the oil filled, and I got the lower intake manifold clean. So this thing was like, I cleaned the runners. They were like a goldish color. I didn't get everything clean, but you know, it's good enough. But that was all the oil. The intake was sucking in. Crazy. So yeah, that's ready to go, all cleaned up. And I got the plenum shined up, ready to go. That's all wiped down. I got the new valve cover gasket on the front cover, ready to go. So now I'm waiting for the FedEx truck to get here. So while I'm waiting on that, because I think it's only, let's see what time it is. It's 12:30, so she'd be here in between now and 2:45, it says. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna go ahead and ship out my cog pulleys. I don't know if I said it in the last video or not, but I'm going to send, let me open these up real quick. I'm going to send out my cog pulleys. These are the new ones. I'm going to send these out. I'm going to get them anodized red. So the sides will still look the same as it does. I just want the actual cog pulleys themselves anodized red. They'll help strengthen them out. And it'll look cool at the same time. So I'm going to ship those out right now. And when I get back, hopefully the gaskets will be here and we can move on. So the next move will be, once that happens, we'll spray the new head gaskets with the copper spray, copper RTV. We'll spray that gasket, and then we'll get that set on the block. And then we'll torque the heads, and then we'll put the rockers back on, bolt the valve cover on, and then we'll get the lower intake manifold on, and then drop the injectors in, and we'll put the Novi kit on. So when I come back, I should be assembling the head. So I'll be back. I was literally just about to pull out the driveway and FedEx pulled up. So shout out to my boy John Lagoon, or Logoon. I hope I'm saying your last name right. JPL Performance. We became like real close friends, and we scratch each other's backs all the time. He was the guy that when I took the car to the hub dyno, and he had the cigarette in his mouth changing the plugs. That's him. That's my boy John, man. Shout out to you, man. You know I love you to death. You and Hill both. But yeah, so we got the board 20 overhead gaskets. I'm about to spray this with the copper spray, and I got the new intake gaskets right there. So let's get this motor put back together. All right, just to show, before I put the head on, yes, I sprayed copper RTV. So, all right, let's get this motor together. All right, recap time. So we got the heads torqued down. We got the rock arms back on with the push rods. Everything's torqued down the spec. So now what we're gonna do is add some gray RTV on the corners, and then we're gonna put the lower intake manifold back on and the valve cover. And then I'll install the fuel injectors back on, and then get the alternator bracket back on and connect the harnesses, and then put the plenum back on. Once I get to that state, I'll check back in, and then we'll install the jack shaft. All right, so we got the motor put back together. All right, everything's buttoned up, fuel lines and all that's connected, harnesses and sensors connected, except the ignition control module on the ground. So now what we're going to do is finally put the jack shaft back on. You see I got the headers and all that on too. So when you put the Novi kit on, I got to explain this because I can't show it because one-man army. All right. So you got these spacers. Okay. These are what is needed for lining this pulley right here up with the accessory. So this spacer is going to go here. Okay. And then this one is going to go here. All right. That's going to go there. So we're going to run 2 bolts here, and then there's going to be a stud that goes right here, and that pulley goes on that stud. And then here, another pulley goes right here. So you got pulley, 2 bolts, and a stud that goes right there with the pulley, which is this one right here. Okay. And then on this side, these bolts right here is what the Novi bolts to, which this bracket right here goes on the other side like this. And then you got like these washers, or not, yeah, I guess you can call them. These long ass washers that goes in between them. And then these 2 holes right here is what our problem was. So now there's going to be 2 studs that go in here. So when I put the studs in, okay, I use 2 bolts. All right. So when you tighten, you know, this one obviously goes this way, and then this one goes the opposite way. So when you go to tighten it, they butt them up against each other, so you could tighten it with a wrench in. That's how you get the stud in. And then you just take a wrench, back the one bolt off, and then you can get them both off. That's how that works. So, yeah. So once I get the jack shaft on, I'll come back in and I'll show you like in detail everything that's going on. So I'll be back. Man, pain in the butt, but I got it on. All right, so you look down here, we got the studs on, and where is it? Right there. So we got the stud there, and we got the stud there. Okay. And then you got the spacer right there. There's the bolts to hold the novi on. We got the spacers right there. Dog bone mount right there. Pulley. Grounds right there. There, and then we got the pulley with the stud right there. And that's all there is to it. All right, so I'm going to put the charge piping back on and hook up the vacuum lines, and I'm gonna fire this thing up. So I'll be right back. All right, got everything put together except the strut bar and the catch can. But I got all the vacuum lines ran and everything's plumbed. So let's go ahead and do this startup. I didn't put any coolant in it because I just want to, all I want to do is to get it running. Make sure there ain't no fuel leaks or nothing. And tomorrow I'll finish making it look pretty and clean everything up and fill it up with coolant and all that other jazz. Because when I was under the car earlier, I seen that the exhaust donut popped off, so I got to jack the car up, put that on. Plus there's a couple other spots I want to wipe down. But enough yapping, let's go ahead and fire up Almighty. Man, I just want to start this thing and then like it goes into gear so smooth. That's what I want. All right. So I'm gonna prime it. Make sure ain't no E85. Good, I don't smell anything. All right. Go ahead and fire up Almighty. Come on, buddy. Something ain't right. Let me double check. I'll be right back. I got it running. I'm kind of angry right now. check my firing order, make sure I got that right, and put some coolant in it. I'll be right back. All right, so it was the number 5 spark plug. When I dropped it, I cracked it. I don't know if you can see it. That was the reason. Now it's running smooth now. It's cylinder 5. I'm about to have a mess here. I'm gonna set it down, and I gotta take care of that before I have a huge mess. I'll be right back. All right, got the coolant situated. Now let's do the smooth startup. As I killed a humongous hornet too. Ridiculous. Okay, he's not hangry anymore. There we go. Alright. Now. Clutch pedal push. Let's see how this goes. Yep, there we go. I like it. Forward. Oh wait. Got the e-brake on. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, we in gear. Excellent. Alright. We are ready. We got fuel pressure and we got oil pressure, so we're good. Little boy sound like he used to. Back. All right, let's see if this flexes. No flex, that's good. Mission accomplished. Well, all right, well, I'm gonna tinker around with Hellboy for a little bit. I got it running, so I can continue where I left off. I'm gonna end the video right here. I'll catch you guys on the next one.